Coming to you live from Crossmaglen here, guys. The energy. The whole town has come out to see us here, Crossmaglen Rangers, and I'm standing between two Armagh legends, Oisin McConville and Joe Kernan, ahead of the All-Ireland final this weekend, where Armagh are taking on Galway in Croke Park. Lads, how are you preparing for this weekend? Are we excited? Can we do it?
Yeah, it's a completely different setup to the 2002, 2003. You're so lucky to get these up and about at this hour of the morning, first and foremost. But the buzz that's been around, if you stand still long enough, you get painted orange and white in Armagh this week. But since the Kerry game, it's given us great belief, and we really feel as if we're in a brilliant position to bridge that gap of 22 years. It's been too long. A lot of this generation, a lot of the kids here have not known the preparation for an All-Ireland final. So in that regard, it's been brilliant, and there's so much excitement and so much buzz around.
Yeah, well, I was walking through the door this morning before I realised that I had the headband on. I don't even know who put it on my head, Joe. I don't know what happened. I was attacked by some of the kids here, but I feel the energy, I feel the buzz. Obviously, it was 2002. You were the manager the last time you were successful. Do you think they can replicate it now this year?
Oh, without a doubt. I think this team has suffered enough. A bit like our team in 2002. The 2 or 3 years before, we were very unlucky, and this team is following the same path. But as Oisin rightly said, they're hitting form at the right time, and the way they finished the game against Kerry gives us great hope for Sunday.
And obviously here, McGeaney, he's known to be quite a strict manager. Do you think the management styles have changed much in the last 20 odd years?
I think an awful lot has changed. The fitness levels, some of the preparation, the training, getting these boys in peak condition for a certain weekend. That's not easy to do, and keeping everybody happy in a squad of maybe 40 players. The hardest thing is letting somebody know they're not starting this Sunday, but telling them that they could have a very important part to play coming on as a sub. So that has worked so far, and I can't see anything changing.
And obviously you played with Kernan. What was he, strict in the dressing room? What kind of character was he back then?
Him and Joe were both very strict.
Were they?
I thought, but Geezer was he's just a leader. He's somebody that leads and everybody follows, and probably not quite the character that is portrayed. He is fairly easygoing, not on match days, but he is fairly easygoing around players' preparation. And I suppose the big thing for players is to be as relaxed as possible. And I think that is something that has changed as he has gone on in management. This team has suffered so much hurt. As Joe says, probably there's a direct correlation between what we went through and what they went through in order to get to where they are now. And the last day, I have to say, was the best I've seen Armagh playing in 10 or 12 years. And the way they finished the game, the squad that they've built and the stuff they have coming off the bench, that was the massive difference between Kerry and Armagh the last day.
Absolutely. And I mean, football runs in your family, doesn't it? Your mother was involved in the club, and obviously you have nephews as well. This new generation that's come through, do you think there's a big difference from when you were playing to now? Obviously Joe mentioned the determination and obviously the commitment as well. Is it very different to what it was 20 years ago?
I think it is. I think it's gone up a notch. I think these players are fitter, faster, stronger than what we were. It's a completely different way of playing football. You have to get your head around that first and foremost. There's a traditional way. All these kids are growing up playing man-on-man football. When you get to senior level, it's not like that anymore, and you have to adapt. We all have to adapt. You know what I mean? It gets a lot of criticism, but I have to say the entertainment we've got since quarter-final stage this year has been exceptional, and Gaelic football does get a bad rap. And the hurling obviously leaves us in the shadows sometimes, but I do think this is going to be an absolute cracker this weekend, and hopefully we're in the right end of the result.
Well, fingers crossed. Well, I have to ask, have you any match predictions for this weekend, Joe?
It's going to be tight. These two teams have played the last 2 or 3 years, and they've been close. Hopefully it's an Armagh win by 1 or 2 points. That'll do me.
1 or 2 points. The thing with these games is, especially in All-Ireland final day, they're always so close, and the difference can be minute at times. Who do you think the danger men are for Galway, and who do we need to look out for this weekend?
Well, I actually think the last time we played Galway, there was a serious focus on Walsh, Finnerty and Matthew Tierney. But I think the one person who is very difficult to handle from our point of view, if he's fully fit, is Comer. He didn't look 100% the last day. If he's 100%, that changes things. I think it gives Armagh a major headache as far as matchups are concerned. But the way Armagh finished the last day, their conditioning is exceptional. Armagh got 5 points off the bench the last day. Kerry got 1. You know, so we have a good bench, and we'll be relying on that, and we'll finish the game slightly stronger than them, and if we win by half a point, we'll take it.
I'd say you will take it. I have to ask, do you think you get in the starting lineup this year?
Who, me?
Would you throw him in, Joe?
I'd throw him in any day.
Maybe take your boots up this
Unless
weekend.
it's for free kicks or something. Other than that, I wouldn't be fit for it now.
Well, guys, we're going to be here all morning. We have a really jam-packed, exciting show coming up. We're going to have live music, a few more interviews. I'm going to be kicking a few scores. But for now, guys, who do we want to win this weekend? Up Armagh.